Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. So in this video I want to show you some vocal tricks, primarily for vocals that are from Splice. Splice is becoming very popular and there are tons of people using the same vocal samples. So if you're going to use them, you really want to make sure that you stand out. Don't forget, if you like this video, to smash the like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos every Monday and Friday. Now if you don't have Splice, I highly recommend you get it. It's like $10 a month, something like that. You have access to so many samples that you're just missing out by not having Splice. And this is not paid by Splice, obviously. That's just my honest opinion. There's a lot of crap on here too, but you can find some really good samples here. For example, when Kashmir Volume 3 came out, this is where I bought it. So we're gonna go to Instruments, Vocals. Here you have tons of samples. The one thing I don't like about Splice is that it sorts samples very badly. So these are all just a bunch of random samples, and even with the filters, it's really hard to find what you're actually looking for. So in this case, we are looking for some good professional sounding dry acapellas. There are tons of big packs out there that a lot of people use. So for example, this Kara pack, a ton of people use vocals from this singer. So for example, this vocal is used in Mesto's song Back and Forth. I think it's called Back and Forth, and it's used in a bunch of other tracks as well.
Back and forth, move my body back and forth.
I found this vocal pack. It's from 91 Vocals. I think they have some other vocal packs as well that are pretty good. Yeah, so this one is also very popular. All of these are very popular. If you just scroll through these vocals, you'll find a bunch of acapellas that are used in songs that you probably listen to. For example,
just give me your love, give it to me, baby. Give it up on love, on love.
Yeah, so basically what I did right now is I listened through a bunch of these samples on this pack, and I found a couple of vocals that were in 130 BPM in A minor. They kind of follow the same rhythm, and she even sings two of these samples in the same way. So you can use that for two verses, for example.
And it's like I miss you more each day. You gotta give me way more time. You don't need to fall to the call, cause they said so.
So I've downloaded them, and you can find them in your Splice client. Click here and you change from projects to samples, and you can find all your downloaded samples here. So you just drag them in. So what I've done is I've put a reverb and a compressor on it. If we put this vocal here and we listen to it,
give me way more time, and we'll be better down the line.
So I'm going to show you how to make a vocoder for this. Instead of copying these and making them unique and running them to a different channel, I'm just going to record this so I have it all in one audio clip. So the way I do that is I turn off the reverb and the OTT, so I just have the dry signal that we downloaded.
You gotta give me way more time.
I'm going to open up Edison. I'm going to click the record button.
You gotta give me way more time,
and just record like this.
and we'll be better down the line.
And you just click stop recording when you're finished, and you just drag it out to your playlist like this. And I've routed this to track 14. It has no effects on it whatsoever. And now we're going to put a vocoder on it to make it sound like this.
You gotta give me way more time.
And together with the vocal, that's going to sound really, really good. So here's the acapella.
You gotta give me way more time.
You want to assign it a mixer channel. In this case, I have it on channel 14. Now you want to go down here and route it to the empty channel next to it. You right click this and you click route to this track only. This means that it's no longer routed to the master channel. So it's gonna go first through this channel, which in turn is routed to the master. So before this channel goes to the master, it's gonna go through this channel. And what you wanna do on this channel is you wanna put a vocodec on it. Once you've done that, you're gonna open up any kind of synth. I'm using Sylenth, and I've just put the polyphony up to 16 so it can play a ton of notes at the same time, so we can make big chords. And I've just added some chorus. But if you don't have Sylenth, you can do this in any plugin. I'm gonna route the Sylenth to the channel 2 channels away from the vocal. This is the vocal. So I'm gonna route the silent to this one, channel 16. I'm gonna choose this channel and I'm gonna right click on the vocodecs channel and route to this track only. So now we have the vocodecs on this channel, and we have both the acapella and the silent routed to this channel. Go into the vocodecs and go up here and you right click silent or whatever plugin it is that you use. So it's gonna say 1 and 2 here. Once you've done that, you go into an empty pattern and you paste down the chords that you're gonna use. Once you've done that, you just put the pattern underneath your acapella and make sure everything is lined up, and it should sound like this. Now you're gonna have to play around with the settings inside of the vocodecs to make it sound to your liking.
You gotta give me way more time, and we'll be better down the line. 'Cause now my heart is in a bind, and baby I don't wanna waste your life.
So that's what we have so far. I'm going to show you 2 more things that you can do with the acapella. We need to introduce the vocals somehow. You can do that in a couple of different ways. You could either, for example, reverse this tonal noise here, and that would give a good introduction, but I want to introduce the acapella a bit more. So we're going to create a reversed reverb kind of sweep from the vocal. So I have isolated the part that I want to record and reverse. I'm just gonna make this clip unique, and I'm gonna route it to a different channel, and I'm gonna put a ton of reverb on it. Open up Edison, and we're gonna simply record this. We're gonna cut away the part where I can hear her say it. We just want the reverb tail part. Something like that should be enough, so we're gonna cut away this part and click Ctrl N to normalize it, and just click here, drag it out to the playlist. Double click and reverse. Gonna link this sample to a channel in the mixer, and I'm gonna put some reverb on it to help it transition better.
You gotta give me way more time.
The important thing is that you find a part of the acapella that's going to provide a really good reverb tail, and it's obviously going to be different for you if you use a different acapella, but just find a part in the vocal that you think will make a good reverb tail and just record it and reverse it. So the final thing that you can do to your acapella is to create harmonies. So the part where I want to create harmonies is actually the last part, kind of the build-up vocal.
If you just say the word, you know I'd take you anywhere. This life is way too short to spend it living through your fear. But all you need right now is something that can get you there. Just open up to what your heart is saying, don't be scared.
So I'm gonna start the same way as I did before. I'm gonna record this part so that we get a unique sample. First of all, I'm gonna turn off the reverb and the compression and record. And you're gonna open up Newtone. Newtone is a very powerful plugin. It's the image line equivalent of the plugin Melodyne, which is mostly used by professionals to do exactly the same thing that we're gonna do here. Newtone comes with Producer Edition of FL Studio, I think. If you're not sure what version to get, you can check out another Monster Productions video about which version to get. He has a great video covering that. Once we've opened Newtone, we're gonna open up Edison as well, and we're just gonna drag the sample into Newtone.
If you just say the word, you know I'd take you anywhere.
Now, you can do a lot of things with Newtone, but basically these two knobs control most of it. So if you drag this all the way up to center, it's going to center all of the notes. And this gets it wrong sometimes. If the singer is a little bit off key, it sometimes shifts the note to a different note than it actually should be. So just be wary of that. So I'm going to center this just so it's easier. And the variation knob controls the variation in pitch in every note. So if you drag this all the way up and variation all the way down, it's going to sound very unnatural.
If you just say the word, you know I'd take you anywhere. This life is way too short to spend it living through your fear.
So that kind of gives you that auto-tune effect. We're going to reset the variation to make it sound more natural, but we're going to center all the notes. It can be difficult to create harmonies by ear, but that's what we're going to try to do now. Now, if you need to cut a note in half, you just click here, you choose cut mode, or you press C, and you're gonna have this little knife. So I want to cut the vocal here, I think, and Just gonna deselect that and now when you're changing the notes this far apart, it can cause some weird issues, but I think it works out in this case. Like you can hear here, for example. You can try switching the variation a bit. So basically try not to change the notes too much, or it's gonna sound a little bit weird. So once you've edited your harmonies to fit the original vocal, you do the same thing as in Edison. You click this button here, you hold it and drag it out into the playlist. Now I'm not sure how well I did because I did this all by ear without hearing the original acapella, but we're gonna give it a listen and see how it sounds.
If you just say the word, you know I'd take you anywhere. This life is way too short to spend it living through your fear. But all you need right now is something that can get you there. Just open up to what your heart is saying, don't be scared.
So that sounds okay. If you're not happy with how it turned out, you can always just go back into Newtone, change around a few different notes and just drag it out again. So it's very simple if there's something you want to change. Now what you want to do to this harmony part, I'm gonna route it to this empty channel here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put an ozone imager on there. This plugin is free, I'm pretty sure. If not, there are a bunch of other imagers that you can use. I think FL Studio has one as well, but this is what I use. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna widen this vocal to set it apart from the main vocal that's in the center of the mix. This harmony layer is going to be a bit more stereo.
Just say the word, you know I'd take you anywhere.
We've used 3 tricks, a reverse reverb, a vocoder, and we've created some harmonies. Let's see what it sounds like.
You gotta give me way more time, and we'll be better down the line. Cause now my heart is in a bind, and baby I don't wanna waste your life. And it's like I miss you more each day, when I'm the one that sent you on your way, yeah. But it's been this life alienating myself from the people that are good to me. If you just say the word, you know I'd take you anywhere. This life is way too short to spend it living through your fear. But all you need right now is something that can get you there. Just open up to what your heart is saying, don't be scared.
So yeah, that's gonna be it for this tutorial. These are tricks that you can use for any vocal. Obviously it doesn't have to be Splice related, but I wanted to cover Splice in a video as well, so these things go hand in hand. Kind of how to set a Splice vocal apart from how it's sounding purely originally from Splice. You just have to find the right samples to work with, and the possibilities are endless. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a huge giveaway. I upload every Monday and every Friday. I'll see you on Friday, and until then, have a great week.